Day 44, consistency. Peace is purchased with your mind and nothing else. In a world that pulls our attention and focus and thoughts in all different directions, we have to learn that peace doesn't come from external factors or external possessions. Peace comes from within. It comes from taking a pause, breathing, and just accepting things how they are, and knowing that outside factors shouldn't, affect us. We have to master our mind. We have to master not needing things. And it's funny because the more things you have, the more problems. You've heard more money, more problems. The more possessions you have, the more, liabilities and things like that you own. But when you can master yourself and you can master not needing things, that is where your peace truly comes from. You have less stress. You have less things to worry about. Now, once you master this, of course, you can still go get things. You don't have to be, a monk or homeless and not access or, own anything. But you have to learn how to master your mind, how to master your inner talk, how to master your attachment, not have attachment issues to things. People have attachment issues to people and things. People grew up poor. They have a hoarding mentality. Sometimes they have this, lack mentality. They don't have that abundance mindset. So they think everything is, limited. It's a limited resource. So they want to hold on to things that no longer serve them. Same thing with people. They, have abandonment issues and past traumas. So they want that one person that they bonded with, whether it be a friend or a significant other, and they want to keep them forever. But some things, they are only here for a season, and you do have to outgrow things. You can't get a bigger and better home if you want to stay in the same, smaller apartment that you want or that you are in now. And same thing with people. If that person's not giving you the love, attention, support that you need, maybe that's not your person. You might love them and cherish them, but you can't shrink yourself to fit into somebody else's world. Maybe that's the universe or God telling you, like, hey, step out on faith. It's time to find somebody new. Now, that doesn't mean give up on somebody, too easily. If they're, if they're trying, they're putting in effort, they're trying to grow, they're trying to do better. That's one thing. But when either their efforts aren't aligning with their words, or you can see that it's going down a dead end, give it up. And, don't give up on things that are going to be good for you. But if you see a bridge that says, a sign that says bridge down out ahead, don't keep driving to the bridge and expect to get over the river or over the water with somebody that isn't full, isn't, able to give you that, isn't able to bridge the gap of where you are now and the life you want, that family you want, the life you want. If they can't help fit into that, it's time to let it go. Same thing with work. Why work a job that's so demeaning and so demanding that it stresses you out and you lose your peace, you lose your mental health because of it? Now, work is demanding for a lot of people. It is something that is going to be tough. It's called work for a reason. That means it's going to take some elbow grease. It's going to take some sweat. It's going to take some, stress, depending on what field you're in or industry you're in. But if it starts costing you family life, it starts costing you like actual mental health, where you're needing, like, you're not able to do things in your normal day-to-day life, that's when it's time to reevaluate. Or if you get to the point where you're being disrespected, that type of stuff, then yes, maybe it's time to change course and go find another job or change fields, go back to school, this type of stuff. But don't let it, don't get confused. You have to weigh it out. So like college, for an example, if you're one of the ones that go to college, there's going to be stress associated with college because you're studying, you're training. And when you're training, you have to work up a sweat. Same thing with the gym. Same thing with starting a new job. It's going to be difficult because you're learning something new. Even if you have industry experience, you're learning how that new company does something. When you're in a new relationship, you have a honeymoon phase, but you also have the phase where you're learning each other's boundaries, you're learning each other's likes and dislikes. That's a form of training. And then once you have your first fight, that's another thing. That's another bridge you have to cross. But keep this in mind. Like, there will be some frustrations, there will be some stress, but is it worth it? Is that stress studying worth the college degree? Is that stress and training of getting to know somebody worth marriage and having kids? Is that stress of that new job worth that job title or that job career you've dreamed of since you were 7 years old? That's for you to decide. That's your path. That's your journey that you're embarking on. But I encourage you to not lose your peace of mind. But here's the good thing. You have full control of that, because the only thing you can buy with it is your mind. You have complete control over this. You might have to train yourself. You might have to listen to some podcasts, some audios. You might have to read some books. You might have to go to therapy. You might have to get a life coach. You might have to get tools that allow you to master your mind, because now we're a mentally weak, world now, through social media and all these other endeavors where we're so instant gratification. We don't have to think and master our mind anymore, which is a blessing and a curse. It's not the old days where, as many people are struggling to, have shelter and life and food and that type of stuff. But now we're pretty domesticated. We're pretty weak in terms of, we need things instantly. We need things easily. We need things, the way we want it. We have an entitlement due to being, most people that will probably listen to this are in a first world country. If you're in America like I am, or, some of these other, countries. And, we're just became mentally weak, and it's time to, build our mindset, get stronger. Know that peace comes from us. It comes from us. You are in control of your peace. You might feel like you're not, but that's because you're letting too many outside things affect you. That job, those possessions, your car note, your house payment, your mortgage, your association. But you can switch all of those things. You can change all of those things. You can go get a cheaper car. You can choose to get a cheaper house or make more money to afford these things. You can choose to leave that friend group. You can choose to leave that person that's toxic for you. You can choose to leave that job and go to a different career. You can choose to be your own business owner. But there will be new stresses, new levels, new devils. You probably heard that saying before. So you just have to weigh your options. You got to weigh what is worth stressing over, what is worth, never lose your peace of mind, because stress is a good thing. Stress means you're doing something good. It means you're working. It means you're being tested. It means that hopefully you're doing something worthwhile. But when stress gets to the point where it's something not worthwhile, that's when you're losing your peace of mind. And that's where you have to figure out what you want to do. Cut ties with certain things. I hope this motivated you. I hope this inspired you. I hope this put you in the mindset that you are in control, and know that you are in control, and live in that truth, and get your peace back, buy your peace back. And I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.